Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's episode of Waqattack. I am your host, Chaudhry Waqas. Hope you're having a fabulous Thursday afternoon. Today, I decided to jump on the bandwagon and have a Valentines-esque show, which means that I'm going to be playing some Valentines-y type music that's quite upbeat. Apart from, they're all upbeat, and they still put you in the mood for some love, to make you feel as loved as possible. But before that, let's get into the news stories of the day. First one is a local funeral home offers drive-through visitation for families of the dearly departed. A Memphis, Tennessee funeral home is undertaking a new project offering drive-through visitations for the bereaved. The R. Bernard Funeral Home is conveniently placed in a building that was formerly a bank. So now the owner, Ryan Bernard, decided to take advantage of the drive-through that was already there by allowing the mourners to pay respects without actually leaving their car. He said, "I got the idea from a funeral home in California. He thought it'd be a neat idea to add it to the Memphis area just to make it unique for a funeral home. Because, one thing that can really spice up a funeral is a cheeky drive-through." And he added that a family having a funeral, can schedule a drive-through earlier in the day, so it's quite fast, and people can drive up to the visitation window, sign in on an iPad, and get to view the dearly departed. Some people, he said, don't want to deal with the hassle, the chaos of a large funeral, the parking, the weather, and so it's just like an extra convenience for those folk. And Bernard said he's offering convenience to people who are already going through a very tough time and who have limited mobility or just flat out hate funerals. He said you'll be surprised to see how many people who just can't stomach coming into a funeral home, they're scared, so it offers convenience to those people. He said that he plans to, this is the best thing ever, he plans to offer live streaming of funerals in the coming weeks, so which is great. I think this guy should partner up with McDonald's. Imagine the AdWords they would make. Like, picture this, a dude comes home and looking all sad and grim, his wife tries to comfort him and she says, if you're okay. And then he's just like, I'm quite depressed, babe, but on the bright side, I got a mayo chicken for 99p. And then all is good in the world and everything looks happy. If that happens, the future is looking very bright. Our next story is of a reptile that decided to impersonate a famed world leader. As there has been an orange Trump-a-gator spotted in Southern California. Now, Donald Trump has a doppelganger in the form of a scaly, vicious, yet a very misunderstood creature. This is the alligator. Residents in Hanahan, South California, have seen an alligator that's about the same shade of orange as the Donald. Now, the gator's amazing resemblance to the president has led locals to call the animal the Trumpagator, which is a cool name. However, unlike the president, just like the president, the Trumpagator is inspiring lots of jokes, such as the gator is using too much self-tanner to the point that he's turned himself orange. And there has been some speculation that the Trumpagator's orange color is some form of albinism, but herpetologist Josh Salabak says, oh, hell no, it's nothing to do with albinism. He said it was algae or maybe some pollutant in the water, but it's hard to say unless the water is tested. But in my humble opinion, I think that it's just this cunning alligator could just be a member of the swamp political system, just trying to become president of the swamp by disguising himself as a leader, promising radical changes to the swamp by bringing back jobs to the swamp and making beavers pay for a dam. But while simultaneously, figuratively, draining the swamp for all the corrupt frogs that are leeching the swamp life of mosses and vegetation that should be distributed equally among swamp life. But that is just my humble opinion. The Department of Natural Resources Alligator Program Coordinator Jay Buflosky had another idea and says that the Trumpagator orange color is because of where it spent its time in the winter, and it wasn't at a golf course with the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, which is where the actual president spent his winter time. The departmental peeps then dropped some mad science saying it may be the iron oxide or the rust that has decolorized it, and the alligator might have been using a rusty steel culvert pipe. The second statement is quite strange because what could an alligator possibly use a rusty pipe for? Never mind. Officials don't know if the orange color would wash off the gator or whether whether it would last longer than 4 years or even 8 years, depending on how his term goes. Now, one thing for certain is that this gator will definitely make the swamp great again. Our final story, I think, has an influence from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a really feel-good story coming to us from the most feel-good place in the world right now, which is Canada. A cop has responded to a 9/11 fight call, which ended up with an epic dance-off. This cop was in Ontario, Canada, and he's got some seriously good dancing move. The guy is called Jared Singh, and he was called to duty to resolve a fight in downtown Oshawa on Sunday night that actually turned out to be a group of University of Ontario students that were just trying to shoot a music video. He said, "I saw 8 people gathered around one person. So I can see how a member of public thought it was a fight. But when I got closer, I could see he was breakdancing in the middle, and there was someone filming it." Now, while the cameras were still rolling, Singh thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. So he freestyle battled one of the dancers who goes by the name of Madi Tarfi. Now, Tarfi, analyzing the police officer's swagalicious movements, stated, "I was like, okay, this guy can move." Now, he finished and was going to leave, but Turfy was like, "No, man, it's not that easy," and asked him to do another dance. So they had a legit dance battle. Now, Vivid Media Co., a Toronto-based design company, was actually recording the students' video for an upcoming dance competition when Singh dances way into the shot. Now, this video, when uploaded to Facebook, had over 1 million views, and it's still counting. Now, while Singh's moves have wowed people all the way online, he's no stranger to actually boogieing down, where he actually headlined Rick Ross once in a show in Durham College. Because just like every rapper, Singh is indeed hustling every single day. Now, the moral of this story is just dance. So that was our news stories of the day. Next up, we bringing our guest back, our special love correspondent, Dan Rice, and he's going to tell us what is love. We're going to go really deep into what love is. Is it real? Is it all hype? What is it actually? And to get y'all into the mood, we have Mr. Shaggy with a song called Love Me, Love Me. Turn your speakers on, y'all. This is Love Me by Shaggy.
Give a little bit of that, a little bit of this, let them know, yeah. Shaggy. Original lover.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
I sit and wait. There's an angel. She won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead.
That was Robbie Williams with Angels, and boy does he have an angelic voice. Oh man, that song really gets my juices flowing. We have with us the Doctor of Love, the master of Valentines, Dan Rice. Last time he talked to us about Life of a Cornish Man, and that beef pasties / steak pasties are the best pasties compared to any other forms of pasties. But today we're going to talk about something different. We're going to talk about love because it's Valentine's week. We're stretching it all the way to a week. And so, Dan, howdy do?
Pretty good. Well, to start off, I will say I don't proclaim to be an expert on love, but I will give my humble opinion.
Thank you. That is all we need. So, what is love in your opinion, Dan?
Ooh. Well, see, I've been with my girlfriend for 4 years, and I think the difference is, I would say the fact that you stick with them when things aren't pretty, you know.
Yeah.
I always say if the highs are worth the lows, then carry on with it, and if it is, you know, true love, then it will be.
So you think that love is real? You think that it's an actual force between two people? It's not just something made up by society?
I think there are different degrees of it, but, you know, I think if it's worth it, people will make it work. I just think people these days are in the mindset where they give up more easily, you know, straight away.
Yeah. So, for example, like, let's take a look at the animal kingdom. I'm sure everyone's seen Planet Earth or Planet Earth 2. And in that you see David Attenborough. And almost in every single episode, the goal of each of the animals is to find a mate to then breed with. Humans are basically like animals. Why is it that we feel the need to love rather than just to reproduce?
Well, we're more complex, aren't we?
Yeah. But don't you think that love, we only have love just so we could reproduce? Or is it just something completely different that has nothing to do with?
Well, I think it's quite rare, really, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
somebody staying with one person. I think
Yeah.
the main aim is to reproduce, and that's
Yeah.
generally, unfortunately, what we do too much.
Yeah. Like, because when we grow up watching Disney and stuff, I'm sure you love Disney, right? You said your favorite, you relate to Jasmine the most as the best Disney princess.
Yep, Jasmine, yeah.
Big-
I'm a
big-
Jasmine.
You're Jasmine. So every single Disney movie, whether it be about dinosaurs or lions, there's always love involved. So as children, we're told about this thing called love. Do you think that is right? Should that be a thing?
Well, I think ultimately, you know, most people's thought processes do relate to the notion of love, finding a partner, reproducing, because that's how we're wired, isn't it? The
Yeah.
ultimate goal of a species is to reproduce and pass your genetics on. So it's
Yeah.
hardwired into every organism system.
Couldn't get any more scientifical than that. You could like one more Charles Darwin quote and you'd be gold. But like, do you think Valentine's Day should be a thing, or should we just acknowledge love every single day of the year?
Well, you know, it's a good excuse to acknowledge it because, you know, people aren't going to give their spouses gifts every day and stuff like that. But it has pretty much been created to sell, you know, to make money for organizations. But, you know, it's a good excuse.
How often do you give your spouse gifts?
I give her the gift of myself every day. But gifts are, you know, a couple times a year. I mean, I'm not going to break the bank because that's not what it's all about. But, you know, little surprises like flowers and stuff like that, it does make a difference.
So, as a doctor of love, do you, like, what's the best present you've given to your girlfriend, apart from your presents?
Oh, no, I'm going to sound really soppy if I say this. Okay, so I was 16 in my defense, and I made her a scrapbook of like all this really soppy stuff. Took me a long time. It was for our anniversary. And yeah, it's very, very cringy, but she liked it. It, you know, did the job.
Damn, I'm tearing up right now just hearing about it. That is so cute. DIY. So you literally, did you like, was like Polaroid pictures that you took and then you like cut and paste into it, or was it just...
Yeah, there were some of them as well. There were lots of things.
Or were you like Facebook stalking and just like downloading pictures and then...
Yeah, sure. Well, my girlfriend makes me take a lot of selfies with
Oh,
her,
yeah.
unfortunately, so there were a fair few of them.
All right. So love is just not love between two people. Love can be between, for animals, for your parents, for other people. So what do you think is... Do you think that love between a male or female is stronger than a love between your parents? Because that's kind of stuff, like, because I come from, like, a subcontinental family, right? And back down there are a lot of fights between the ma and the mom-to-be, if you know what I mean. So is that anything, did that come across you?
It's a different kind of, you know, love, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, you know, it's completely different.
But, like, what if your mom gets, like, really jelly that you're spending more time with your girlfriend than with her? Does that ever happen to you?
Not really. I mean, I think, in my opinion, the girlfriend usually wins. Like, the partner usually wins, don't they?
That is so true.
But, you know, both of them can make your life very difficult if you go against them, but I think the girlfriend ultimately wins.
Girlfriend ultimately wins. All right, so we'll be back again with Dan Rice having more Valentine's conversation, delving deeper into love and what it means to love someone. Next up is a track from the infamous Disney movie Tarzan. This was my jam. This and Lion King were my jam growing up as a kid, and it has some absolute bangers. This one is by Phil Collins. You'll Be in My Heart. Enjoy.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the glue on the grave.
That was Kiss from a Rose by Seal, famed for its cameo, not really cameo, but its existence in Batman Forever. Now, as you can hear in the background, we put in some nice beds so that you could feel bop to the top if you get bored of listening to the soppy music that we're playing today. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dana, sorry, I cut you off. Can you say that again?
I said it's kind of hip-hoppy.
It is kind of hip-hop, isn't it? It's not really R&B, but it's kind of hip-hop, isn't it? So we were discussing love because it is Valentine's week. So Dan, how did you meet your girlfriend?
We were just at school together. We were at school together for the whole of secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of just had banter, in class. I stole her pencil case, the classic kind of stuff.
Did she, after the pencil case stealing activity, was there any restraining orders that were placed so that to prevent you from
that
stealing?
Was it. That all it took. I just stole her pencil case and then she was all over me.
Damn. So that's a tip for all you out there. If you want to find love, steal other people's pencil cases. No, because every single time, you share, you said you were sharing banter. Doesn't that lead to the friend zone?
I don't know. It depends how you do it. You've got to kind of make your intentions clear at the start, I think.
So what was in that pencil case that you so eagerly wanted to steal that sealed the deal?
It's just a way of getting her attention. I was 15 at the time. I didn't know what else to do. I still don't know what to do around girls, so...
That's actually quite smooth. For a 15-year-old, I would not think that. The thing, you know what I did the first time I tried to ask a girl out? One of those love hearts thing, right? They're like these small, little antacid looking candies, and they got a little heart on it. And this one said, "Say yes." So I literally went up to her and I was like, if you ever wanna, I tried to play it all chill, but I looked probably weird as hell. So I went to her, I was like, if you ever wanna go out, you know where to find me. And then I said, and I passed her the say yes thing.
And then I presume she threw up everywhere.
No, we literally didn't make eye contact for a few months, and I didn't communicate with her for a while. But afterwards, we started talking. Things didn't get that deep, but
So she had to take a few months to process.
The process. I don't. It must have been that, or the tablet that I gave her might not have been the love heart. Could have been something else. But someone gave it to me. A couple that they were at the couple at the time. They gave that to me as something that I could give to her because they thought it'd be romantic. And at the time, I thought it'd be really cute.
That's not a bad idea. Actually.
Yeah. It's like a little love heart. So these days, not many people use stationery to find love. People use other services such as Tinder. What are your thoughts on Tinder? Do you think it's an effective way? Does it really make you find love?
I mean, it's effective for something, but I wouldn't say love so much.
Why not? Why don't you think that people can use Tinder just to meet and hook up and then develop a loving relationship?
Well, people think a certain way about Tinder. I think it's geared towards certain things.
Yeah.
Not so much love. I think, it could be a possibility, but if you want to find love, I think the best thing is to go out there and actually do it in person.
But doesn't that take much more effort? I think as a society, we're getting more and more lazy. And one of the news stories proved it to us because they're having a funeral drive-through. I mean, if that doesn't show you how lazy people are getting, I mean, do you think people in Japan, they've got weird stuff in Japan. They've got people you can hire to actually go on dates with you and hug you.
I read about that. Yeah, there was there was this girl and she paid a lot of money for this guy to go and meet her parents and act like her boyfriend.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's just because they're so strict over there, isn't it?
It's basically because society. It's the things we do for love. It's bigged up because everyone's looking for love, aren't they?
Yeah, but everybody's looking for the Hollywood kind of love.
Everyone is looking. Yeah,
People aren't looking for a night at SU leading to love.
No, they're not looking for a night at the SU. The SU, by the way, is a student union, which is so that's that. And Hollywood movies, do you think that that's not how love actually is? Love Actually.
I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, it's not usually going to happen. I think people should,
But in your circumstances, did you ever feel that, not the entire time, but there were moments where life felt like a Hollywood movie?
Yeah, but, people have got to be patient and, work for it. It doesn't all just, happen like a Hollywood movie, else you're going to be waiting for a while.
You're going to be waiting for a while. So you say nay to Tinder because it is not an effective tool to find mates.
Depending on what you want.
Depending on what you want. And you say that go out. Do you have any advice for all the young or elderly or middle-aged or any person looking for love?
I think, a lot of people, they'll see an opportunity to go and talk to somebody and they'll just be too afraid because, think, oh, what if they think I'm weird? What if I mess it up? You know what? I think people have got to realise nobody cares that much. You could look like a right weirdo and, they're not going to remember you after like a month or so. So just go for it, do it. And, if it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to be anyway.
That's some deep stuff right there. If it wasn't meant to be, it's not gonna work out. That was our love guru Dan Rice. We're gonna have some final words with him after we come back. Till then, this is one of my favorites. I think this needs to be in everyone's lifelong playlist. It is one of the best songs ever created. Not the best song because that can be debated, but it's definitely in there in the top at least 100 or top 50. It's a great track. It's from a famous Italian opera singer, Andrea Bocelli. This is Con te partirò. Enjoy.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
Welcome back to the Waqattack show, now called Waqattack. That was Chattahoochee by Mr. Alan Jackson. That is one of my favorite country songs. It just makes you want to get out the hay, put your country hat on, and just hoe down. It's one of the most spiciest tracks I've ever listened to in my entire life, so hopefully you enjoyed that as well. So, Dan, did you enjoy your day today? Did you enjoy discussing about Valentines?
I did enjoy it. I thought we covered some pretty pivotal topics. Hopefully we said some things that might help you people out there looking for love.
Like last time, we increased the tourism for Cornwall. Today, we're going to help, I think we helped a lot of young people find love.
One day at a time.
I think people are going to come back to us and thank us for the gift that we provided for them.
Definitely.
So, I appreciate you being here. Would you like to shout out someone, Dan?
I will give a shout out to Bradley Lowe, who lives in Kingswood.
Bradley Lowe, that's such a familiar name. That name rings a bell. I think I've seen that fellow before.
Yeah, he does geology. I don't know if you know him, but...
Oh, no, I don't do geology. Oh, yeah, I do geology, but I don't think I've seen him.
Fast, yeah.
So, does he have any Valentine's plans tonight?
You never know. You never know what he has up his sleeve.
You never know. I'd like to give a shout out to my Lithuanian friend listening all the way from Bromley in southeast of London. So Mr. Lucas Baltrinas, I appreciate you listening. And also I would like to give a big shout out to Mr. Amr. We appreciate all your input and we will take this into account into the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I hope we have taught you some things if you didn't learn. And some new stories that you weren't aware of before that are quite banterous. And we'll be back next week on Thursday, same time, 3 to 4 p.m. to brighten up your day with some more amazing, good old songs like they used to be. And what other good old song to end with than an 80s classic? Dan, what is this song? Who is this? Who is the artist that we're listening to? What are they called?
We are going to listen to Toto.
And what are they playing? What song is it? Is it Asia? Is it Antarctica? Is it Australia?
No, I think it's Africa.
It's Africa. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.